this is a live look. Oh, look at that bird right on cue. Over the city of Toronto this morning. Canadians across the country are counting down to the official start of spring. It's just a few hours away. It's -3 right now in the city of Toronto. And boy, we are among the many hoping that temperatures warm up soon and that we get rid of this stuff. The vernal equinox officially happens at 12:15 Eastern time. And for many Canadians, this can't come soon enough. Just last week, the Maritimes were hit with their third nor'easter in a week, and another storm could hit by tomorrow. Forecasters say winter conditions could linger across the country for the next couple of weeks. Joining me now with more is Environment Canada senior climatologist David Phillips. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Marcia.
I'm sure everywhere you go, people are asking you what's going on.
I know. People want some good news. And I think we had teasers for people in Eastern Canada. We thought spring had sprung in February. From Valentine's Day on, we had only rain, temperatures of 16 degrees. Then all of a sudden, March comes, and it's reversed. It's cooled off.
Yeah.
And in the prairies, it's been cold both in February and March. So I think there are a lot of grumpy Canadians out there. They think, well, OK, the season has changed. But, you know, spring, Marcy, is very fickle. It just doesn't necessarily want to change. And you know, I often say there's no connection from one season to the next, but except from winter into spring. And if you've had a winter, a long winter with the frozen ground and ice and that, you got to get rid of that stuff. You got to get rid of the feel and the look of winter before you can start wearing muscle shirts and tank tops.
Right.
Because spring is often, it's very short sometimes. You can go from slush to sweat. And other times, it's just frustratingly long. And we think that this spring is going to be, patience is the key word. It's going to we're not rushing to spring. We've got to get through March and into early April. But certainly the last part of April, of spring, looks very promising. Our models say it will warm up for a good chunk of the country. So it's a bit slow to come this year.
Okay, it's delayed.
It's delayed.
Is this abnormal for Canada?
Well, it isn't.
What is normal?
That's right, and that's a very good way you express that. I think I've been in the business a long time, and I don't know what's normal anymore. It's almost as if it's wonky, you know? It's almost as if winters used to be cold and summers used to be hot. And now it's almost a crapshoot as to what the seasons are going to be like. And think how odd it could be. There were times that the North Pole this winter were warmer than southern Canada. Mm-hmm. And that's part of it. I think that's that wildness, the joker in the weather deck that is creating this kind of, it's not what our parents and grandparents told us it was going to be like. And so certainly while we've seen extreme warmth in the north, it's been a tough winter for many parts of Canada. And really, it's been the extremes of it. You know, in February, we had such balmy conditions at the end, very cold at the beginning. And so my sense is, now the good news about this spring, I don't think there's going to be a flood situation like we had in other years.
That's good news.
There's been more moisture on the prairies, so farmers and ranchers are happy. And, you know, that may also kind of keep the forest fires at bay. So there is some good news. It's just that people want to feel warmer. You know, we've had just too much winter, and we're looking for a change of pace. And boy, winter sometimes is reluctant. Springs are reluctant to arrive in Canada, and I think this is one of those years.
Yeah, and I think when the days get longer, we expect it automatically to be milder.
You can, and that's a good point, because even though the temperature is only reading about 3 or 4, that sun, actually, you can get out on the sunny side of the street and you can feel more of that warmth. So there are ways that you can temper the slowness of spring, but we're not even to the mud season yet. So
winter is slow to pass the baton to spring. Okay, David Phillips, senior climatologist at Environment Canada. Always appreciate having you with us.